Chin Chin.
Chin Chin.
Yeah, drinking champagne and exchanging coming out stories. It cannot get any more gayer than that.
So gay, I love it.
We have talked about how we have come out to ourselves and to our
Each
immediate,
other.
following by our immediate family.
Yes.
Actually, our sis, she knows lah. She knows
knows
lah.
lah.
Our relatives, I don't care about them
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't care. No
Now,
fucks to give.
Let's talk about friends
Yes.
and other people. For me, Philip, I've come out to my colleagues in Vietnam simply because I was leaving. So I have no more fucks to give. Okay,
Yes.
that was one. Hong Kong was because my ex-boss was open about it. In Shanghai, when I worked, I was also out of the closet, but only to a selected few, mostly friends.
Right.
Yeah, because my partner was with me then. I brought him out and I told everyone that he is my partner, right? So that, to me, there wasn't any qualms about that. Because again, when you came out, I wasn't around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all your coming out parties, if you will, or stories, it couldn't have been similar to mine, could it?
Definitely not, Philip. A lot of the non-family, i.e. friends, colleagues and all that stuff, right, was very much driven by what I would like to call a tipping point.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so why the idea of tipping point is important, listeners and viewers, is because once you have come out to your family, right, there's really no need to hide. And from then on, at first I was operating on a don't ask, don't tell kind of protocol, if you will, for a couple of years. But after a while, I think the social side of things is beginning to become a bit untenable. Okay, back to the point about, again, I was already with my partner at that point in time, and I was
Yes.
staying over quite often, right?
Yes.
So me being this extrovert, before meeting my partner and being in that relationship and staying over on weekends, so I would always go out with my friends on weekends, right? But now I have to find excuses not to meet these people without telling them that I'm in a relationship with a guy, right? So I didn't want to come out to them yet. So I keep coming up with excuses after excuse after excuse. So my social life with people who don't know about my gayness, so to speak, became a bit of a issue lah. So I think it all came to a boiling point. This is damn funny. So when I was out one day with our secondary school friends, so people that we've known for
By then, I
by then
guess.
about 15, 20 years. So one random evening, I believe it was a Friday, so I was out with 5 of them. And then on the same night, there was a gay event happening at a gay club.
Okay.
Back in the day, it was taboo lah. Yeah. So I wanted to go for the event.
Oh, so it wasn't a case where you wanted to be with our partner lah?
No. And that night I had a hall pass, so I was able to go. I was
okay.
able to go out and have fun, right?
Okay.
But I thought I wanted to end the evening with these straight friends, but I didn't want to
Okay.
tell them I'm going to a gay venue lah. So we were having so much fun drinking all that stuff, and then I had to go. So I had to tell them that I'm going to meet some other friends. You don't know these people lah, don't come lah. You know?
Okay.
Of course they will have none of it lah. Then
Okay,
they say,
okay.
wow, why you like that lah? Should we all this stuff like? It became a bit awkward to the point where they called my bluff like I come with you. Then I said, okay, fuck. Then I tell them, okay, fine, I'm going to taboo. I'm gay. To their credit, the ball didn't fall apart.
Okay.
They're like, okay lah, they also want to go with me lah, but of course they were teasing lah, you know, I think they also realized yeah, fuck this gay guy, let him go lah, you know, but yeah, to their credit, it's like, I thought, again, that was a lesson. If you think that people will not accept your gayness, why don't you try it out? You might be surprised.
On some levels, you might be thinking a bit too highly of yourself. And I'm sure you heard of gay coming out stories where people are like, I knew it. They're like, man, you know, people are reacting very blasé about you coming out because like they already knew. You're as gay as the rainbow. You're as gay as Christmas. You're as gay as a unicorn.
Philip, I will not deny that. Because that seems to be the common thread in retrospect, dear listeners and viewers. A few years after I came out to all my friends and people who know me for a couple of years now, whether army, secondary school, JC, the common thread is that they always suspected I am, but because A, I straight act well enough,
Yes.
and B, they don't want to picture my lobang.
Yes.
Dear listeners, that means they don't want to call my bluff lah. Huh?
Okay.
So yes. So I think they just thought, okay, this crazy fucker, just let's play along, let's play dumb for a while.
So it was like a bit underwhelming to you.
Yeah, there wasn't any declaration of, oh, I'm your ally, come to me if you need help, kind of thing. It's like, okay, we're still friends. What's changed? Nothing.
On some levels, that's touching.
Yes.
And on another level, you're like, all that crazy thinking.
Yeah, all that overthinking, all
Yeah.
that. What if I lose this friendship?
Yeah, we might be making light of this matter, but fact is, there's still a lot of people who are not out to people around them, sometimes even themselves.
That's correct. So, Philip, to that point, I'd like to add, and of course, for any listeners who are dealing with this particular issue at this point in time, I would encourage you to rethink.
Take your time first, take your time.
Yes, you don't owe anybody a coming out, for sure.
Yes, that thought though is something that you have which is contrary to celebrities. But that one, separate topic.
That's a separate topic, yes. In this whole sequence, colleagues were the last people to know.
Because
I go back to the point about identity. At the start of this whole segment, we were talking about how we are sons, we are friends, brothers, we are siblings, we are cousins. We are also co-workers. At that point in time, co-workers / colleagues are the last people that I thought of telling, because my gayness has nothing to do with how I work with you. Of course, eventually, if and when I feel that they are close enough, and I've gotten a sense of where they are and their allyship, and then that's when I'll let them know lah. Coming out is one thing. Sometimes you have to be responsible for what people do with that bit of information. Like, how do you want them to react? Because true, coming out to yourself and coming out to other people is not the easiest thing to do in the world. But sometimes not coming out means that you're also being responsible for how the recipient of the information is meant to be. We've all heard of coming out stories where it didn't go as well.
that's true,
Right.
Yes.
And that, to me, illustrates the point that if you can't predict or you cannot know for sure how someone's going to react to that piece of news, do not burden them with that piece of information. Within the professional / working context, I think that's the best thing to do. You don't have to come up to your colleagues until and unless there are situations and contexts that requires you to come to, like you said, in your case, your ex-boss was open, or that maybe you happen to work in a company that celebrates
What we call these days DEI, right?
Right, correct.
Diversity,
Yeah.
equity, and inclusivity.
correct. Yeah. So to me, yeah, colleagues, co-workers came much later.
Coming out is not just one time.
Yes.
Probably have to do a lot of coming out. And sometimes you have to go back to the closet again. That's what I did.
Correct. The two of us, we have mutual friends. So the asynchronicity of this entire process is also problematic, because when our secondary school friends knew about the fact that I'm gay, they would then ask, you? How about Philip? Is he gay too? Right?
Okay,
It's like,
okay.
then what the fuck am I supposed to say?
Okay. Oh, by the way, my social media is private. It's not open to public. So that's why people who know I'm gay are more close friends. I'm not exactly a public figure yet. So my sexual identity remains private.
Until now.
Yes, until now.
It's on the internet now.
Yeah, and whatever stays is on the internet stays on the internet
Forever.
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 It loudly sealed. This is our coming out.
Yes.
And we have been, I dare say, quite introspective about it. So probably we can talk about in the next episode how the gay scene is outside of us.
That's correct. So it means we will talk about the gay circle, so to speak, of which you and I have different experiences and literally different geographies to comment on.
That's correct. There's a lot more tea to be spilled, as using the parlance of kids these days.
Correct. But before we close, I think to appeal to our viewers and listeners, once again, we are not professional in terms of counseling yet people when it comes to coming out. However, if you would like to reach out to us, we are more than happy to listen and share our 2 cents worth.
Yes, you are talking about two unfortunately middle-aged men who
Yes.
came out quite late. And on some levels, at least personally, I don't think it's smooth sailing, even up to now. There are still challenges. There are definitely challenges as of now. Like I said, you have to keep coming out to a lot of people, different people, at almost every single person that you meet.
But I dare say it gets easier because you realize sometimes you have no fucks to give. You really have no fucks to give.
That's correct.
You just reach a stage where, why do I have to tell you?
Yeah, true.
Why do you need to know?
Am I gonna fuck you?
And more importantly, who's asking?
That's correct.
Why do you need to know?
So this is a very big topic.
Yes.
And we will explore more of it in the next episode.
Yes, for sure.
Until then, we will finish drinking our champagne.
Yes. It's okay. Please like, share, and follow us.
This has been Philip.
This is Derek.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.